How's it going, guys? We are going to look at the Gentoo Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter. This is not to be confused with the Gen 1. Later in this video, I'm going to give you guys an idea of the difference between the two and why there is confusion. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this now. First off, I want to apologize to you guys for not making regular videos. Lately, I've been kind of hiding a little bit for the fact that YouTube has changed their policy. But now we're back at it, and we're going to be making regular videos again, and we're also going to be throwing some different types of videos, not only reviews, so stay tuned for that. But let's go ahead and get right into this review. So for those of you who don't know, this is the Sylvan Arms folding stock adapter. What it is, you press this button, you fold it, and it makes your rifle or pistol into a much smaller package. Whether you want to put it in a backpack or if you want to, put it in your truck just for storing, a lot smaller, this is the route to go. MSRP, these are running anywhere from $170 if they're on sale to $200, the Gen 2s. They are a lot like the Law Tacticals, which run $250 normally, but on sale you can get them closer to $200. Alright, so let's go over and go some benefits with this. Now, the biggest benefit is pretty obvious, the fact that you can make this into a much smaller package to stow and go. Now, disclaimer, when this in this position and it is open like this, you cannot fire this rifle. Your bolt carrier will fly out of the gun and it will not function again. So you have to close this before you shoot it. Not a big deal, because really the main thing of this is so you can package it and store it and carry it in a smaller package. Now, another benefit is the fact that for pistols, and this is a benefit for me, it makes your pistol stock a little bit longer. For me, I don't have a gun with it, it's just this. This stock brace here is almost too small for me. When I'm holding it up to my shoulder, it's about right here without this, and it is almost uncomfortable to shoot the gun. Now with this, it adds this much of length, gives you just enough to where it sticks out a little bit farther and is a little bit more comfortable to shoulder. And be able to see down your sight. So it's a lot easier and gives you a little bit more length. So that is definitely a benefit for me. If you're looking for a smaller package and you don't want that length, then you don't go ahead and get it. But that is a huge benefit. These are very solid. The Gen 2s have jumped up a ton in quality. You can just feel it compared to the Gen 1. Unfortunately, you guys can't feel it because this is a video. But the difference, trust me, if you guys have them, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, take my word for it. The difference is definitely there. So we'll go over that a little bit, the difference later on in the video. So now that we went over some of the benefits and qualities of this, we're going to go ahead and go over some of the downfalls that I don't really like about this. Now we're going to go ahead and check this gun first, make sure it's clear. And it is. So the first thing when you go ahead and open up your device, right here is your retainer for your buffer and buffer spring. Before this one, there used to be a much smaller one. Now the issue I was having whenever I would open this, my buffer and buffer spring would fly out, shoot across the room, and be gone. Which is not good if you're ever in a situation where you need your gun and you pull it out of the truck, you swing this shut, or you pop it open or something, or you're trying to get your weapon and your buffer and buffer spring fly out. Not good. So I complained to them. I let them know, hey, this is too small. And what's really cool is they listened and they fixed it really quick. They sent out new ones, so these are extended now, so you don't have that issue anymore with that coming out. Since I've had the extensions, I haven't had one issue with that, so that's awesome that they fixed that, but that was a complaint. Now, the next complaint is kind of a big one. Something that I still kind of complaining about is the fact that this, the part that swivels, is very, very large, and it gets in your way of charging your rifle. Now, if you're like me, you're a right-handed shooter, and you go ahead and charge your rifle. I usually just charge here with the left side of the rifle. Usually if I have a Raptor charging handle or an extended charging handle, it's easy to grab. And when I pull back, my hand gets caught right up here. So I have to change the way I charge my rifle, which isn't a big deal because with the different things that you run, you're going to have to change the way you train. As long as you train that way, you can acquire a different skill level and be able to do that. So now I have to make sure I'm charging my rifles in this way. Because if I go to do it the same way that I did, most likely what will happen is my finger will slip. I will get a short throw on the charging handle, and it will only go to about there, and it could cause a malfunction, or I won't put a round in, and I'll go into action, and I won't have a round in the chamber, which is never good. So that is definitely a downfall for me, is the fact that this is so big. The Gen 1s actually are lower, so you can get around that. When you have your finger there, you can go right above it. So that's a benefit with that one, but the quality-wise is huge in the difference between these two. But yeah, if I had one gripe and one complaint and one thing for them to fix, it would be right there. Make this a little bit smaller. It's a little bit too tall and it gets in the way. If you don't have a Raptor charging handle or something, it's really hard to charge your rifle in that way. But like I said, as long as you train the way that you work with your tools, you'll be fine. So those are my two complaints. They fixed the one. Hopefully they'll fix the other one. But for right now, personally, this is a great little device. Now let's go ahead and go over some key features of this device. Now it is made of 7075 aluminum. It comes in weighing at only 6 ounces. When it is installed on your rifle, it only adds 1.3 inches to your gun. And then installing it is very easy. That requires no special tools. As long as you have the tools to put together a gun, you're going to be able to put this on. And then it does have a nice Cerakote here finish on the device itself. Alright, so now that we went over everything you need to know about the Gen 2s, let's go ahead and look at the Gen 1s versus the Gen 2s and why there's a lot of confusion about them. So first off, Law Tactical came out with their fully stock adapters, and it was one of the coolest things ever. Everybody was buying them. They're pretty sweet. Then Sylvan Arms went ahead and came out with the Gen 1s. A lot of people kind of gave them flack for it because they thought they were copying and everything. I don't know the legality or the logistics of it, but when you come out with a product that's basically the same thing and does the same thing, and it's a much cheaper price, a lot of people are going to take notice and take them. So of course I picked one up and wanted to test them out and see how they worked. And it has worked well for me, and I've had no issues. But there has been a ton of issues with these Gen 1s because it's made of a weaker aluminum of breaking. And a lot of people have had complaints with this. It's not have a good star rating just for the fact that they break a lot. And they have a known tendency to do that. Now I've had this on 2 different rifles, and I've probably put 500 rounds through it. Between the two, and I have not had an issue with this one breaking or cracking or anything like a lot of people complain about. Now, I personally can definitely see something happening to this after a lot of rounds, just for the fact that it feels a little bit more chintzy and not as high quality as this one or the Law Tactical. So people, when the Gen 2 came out, they never realized there was a Generation 2, so they just thought, with everybody talking about the bad flack on the Gen 1s, they thought it was the same thing, so no one really wanted to go for the Gen 2s, not realizing that they're different, that there's a huge, huge difference between the two and the aluminum, because aluminum's a higher grade on these ones, so you're not going to have those issues, which I haven't, because I have 5 of them, and I still have not had an issue with any of them. So there's a huge miscommunication between the Gen 1s and Gen 2s. They've definitely upgraded and heard everybody's complaints, which is nice, and fixed the problem and made a Gen 2 much better. And they've said they've never had an issue yet with these ones, so I hope that stays that way because I think it's a great product and it works well for me. So all in all, would I recommend this product? Absolutely. It's a fantastic product. If you're going to get one though, get the Gen 2. That's definitely a must because this is a very crucial part on a rifle, and you don't want there to be any chance of it breaking or cracking. So definitely get the Gen 2 and get the better one that's going to last you longer, and definitely the one that you can trust. Just for the fact that you can fold this gun and make it into such a small package for storing or for on the go, this makes it a must-buy for any pistol. I don't have one pistol downstairs that doesn't have these, actually. Every pistol that I own has one of these, and I'm probably going to build every pistol in the future with these on there, just for the fact that they are so beneficial in my mind. So if you guys are looking for something to make one of your guys' guns a little bit smaller, make sure you guys check out Sylvan Arms. They have a lot of other products as well. I have a lot of other stuff downstairs actually, and I plan on doing some reviews on all their other stuff. But they do make some really good products, so make sure you guys check them out. Check out our full-time sponsor, USA Gun Bunker. We have some other projects coming out here soon, a lot more gun builds, so stay tuned for those. We really appreciate it, guys. Thank you.